All right. Welcome, everyone. With all the new fancy Zoom upgrades, we now have a robot that tells us we've officially started. I love it. And we're recording. So, my name is Kaleen O'Connor. I am joining you from the Gulf Coast of Florida, USA. So, it's nighttime for me. I know we've got some people over in the Australia, Asia realm. So, good morning to you. We're really glad that you're with us. This is meant to be as, it's live and as interactive as possible in webinar mode. And so we encourage you to communicate with us in the chat box there on Zoom if you have any questions. We're diving into the world of cellular health, and I'm starting from the reality that I would ask you a question. Is it real to you that the body can heal and repair itself? And those of us doing this presentation today are definitely coming from that viewpoint. And we are here to share a massive health breakthrough with you. And you will be thanking the person that invited you today to join this webinar, because no matter what you decide to do with this knowledge at the end, it will forever change your viewpoint on how you can really be the leader in your own health and wellness program, and also possibly with those around you. So there's several reasons why people are curious about this breakthrough. One might be that you literally have a health challenge yourself that you want to get on top of and improve, or you might be caring for a loved one that is struggling with a health challenge. Or you might be someone that leads a really active lifestyle, whether it be that you do a lot of physical work with your job, or you love to work out, or you're even a professional athlete that races and competes. Whatever that is, this can be phenomenal to help on endurance and recovery just with active lifestyles. And then we're all dealing with aging. And so some of us just love to, feel stronger, look younger, live longer, have all that energy and vitality. So that might be another reason why you would be curious about this. And then, just from the viewpoint of preventative, to really not wait till you get that call from the doctor or you wake up and have that ouchie or whatever it is, but really to stay on top of things from a preventative standpoint. And then because it is a breakthrough and we've decided to really put it in a unique education model, there is a phenomenal income opportunity with it as well. So we will touch on all those points tonight. And we have two incredible speakers that will be a part of this. I'm your host, but they're really bringing the value and the knowledge to you tonight. And I will come in at the end as well and just help wrap it all together and connect the dots for you. There will be a point too where we'll remind you and invite you that you can put questions in the chat box, so that ideally we can answer them as we go along if we don't have a chance to respond to them live. So feel free to do that, and we'll definitely get to them as quickly as we can. So our first speaker tonight is Mr. Stevie Aquilina, who is joining us from Australia, who I really enjoy the moments that I get to collaborate and create with him and watch him in action in how he serves his family, serves his community, and really serves his business and contributes to this massive global health project. So you are in good hands today as you get to hear the wisdom and knowledge that he has gained and continues to gain as a participant in this global health movement, but also as a leader and an educator who is working with people from all over the world. So Stevie, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm excited to hear what you're going to share with us.
Thank you, Kaleen. These introductions are getting far kinder, and I'm afraid might get too expensive for me. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And, you bring tremendous value, not just to this Zoom, but to your team and to, this company as a whole globally as well. I just want to, say enormous appreciation for you. Being able to work with you as such a good leader and good lady and strong and intelligent and, able to, carry me a lot of the way too and help me be organized and pushed in the right direction too. So big love and appreciation for you. Thank you very much, Kaleen. G'day everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on my side of the world, this evening on your side of the world. Thank you. Your time is incredibly valuable. I don't intend to waste it. I intend to exchange for the value that you've brought here, which is your time, because time is non-refundable, right? So it's far more valuable than money. Money I could just give back to you if you didn't like what I had to say, but your time is far more valuable than money because you can never get that back. And so I don't intend to waste it to exchange in that value with you. I intend to give you something incredibly valuable. This information was first handed to me over 6.5 years ago. And since then, it's been high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention, because the level of importance of this information is incredibly high, simply because the level of impact that this information is having in people's lives is very significantly deep. And so it's significant to me that you know about it. It was significant to me that all my loved ones knew about it. And so you might find that important to you too. So without further ado, let me share my screen here and we'll jump straight into this information. So as Kaleen said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you couldn't tell by that introduction or by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia. Let me get my screen moving here. We live in Australia. We're originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was truly a dream come true when we could make that happen. I'm very blessed and grateful for my life and my family, and also now the time and income and freedom that I have that allows me to enjoy a really great lifestyle up here. That's also taken us to many other parts of around the world that once upon a time way too far out of my reach, because the good vibes and good times, to be honest, have not always been the case. I was kind of an awkward, difficult, and weirdo child to parent, raise, and school. I never made the grades in school, for that matter. And look, people who were very prominent in my young life were often telling me that I was stupid and useless. And being so young and impressionable and being told it often enough, I certainly started to believe it. And so I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And I've got to tell you, with that kind of thinking, to be honest with you, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey right throughout my teens and 20s. I was hanging out with the wrong people in the wrong places, doing the wrong things to myself and to others, unfortunately. I was just way off mark. Now, when I did try to stand up and fly right, it wasn't easy because I didn't give myself the best head start. I had more than 20 different jobs in far less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney, popular and notorious, and notorious for the wrong reasons. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really wanted to give more honestly, which is what was most important to me. I wanted to be doing something more significant with my life for significant reasons, but I had little self-esteem, and so I'd done little with my life and had little to give, quite frankly. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts. You wouldn't have known it, but back then I had some pretty big health troubles, autoimmune diseases, inflammatory diseases, severe skin, respiratory, and gut diseases most of my life. Lots of bad injuries too from very hardcore martial arts, or very old ancient martial arts. Financially, with money, I just got myself stuck. I was in go nowhere jobs. I had hopes, going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Now, I've been behind so badly that I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted, and not only embarrassingly broke, but going through these times, trying to act as a husband and a father. So very debilitating and deflating and embarrassing times. Now, I always believed in possibilities, but I doubted my potential. And so with that kind of contradiction, it led to confusion, unfulfillment, unhappiness, frustration, and just unable to be who I really, truly wanted to be. Now, to take a step back, things really started turning around for me before this, but it took me a long time to be able to walk into that. I met this woman who was the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, I was flawed and motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me, and that was a huge turning point for me. Always told me that I was more, and figured out once again when you're told something often enough. But another very significant inflection point in my life was being introduced to this company. It has a life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing training that I was introduced to. The company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too. More importantly, they began to teach me how to believe and become more. So today, instead of like before, having health and wealth and problems, I solve them. I have the honor of helping others to solve them too, because of this life-changing breakthrough and life-changing financial opportunity that runs behind it. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, I now have the ability to believe and become more, have more, and most importantly, give more, because this company's training, life-changing training, has shown me a life-changing better way. So now I want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing less than bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. So what I'm going to share with you first is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this is a incredibly great breakthrough, which is greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, science had declared that this was impossible, what you're about to see. However, this breakthrough has proven to have enormous potential. And as I say again, proven, and that's by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not made-up studies. This is a very advanced breakthrough, which is considered to be more than 15 years ahead of its time. And any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted this all shut down, but I'll tell you more about that just a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is absolutely nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science. It's truly groundbreaking and category creating and a real deal healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're native to your body. Your body makes them, your body actually runs off them. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and your genetic expressions and everything else for that matter in a very positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And this happens by redox molecules telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. The bottom line is this: redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. Redox signaling molecules, therefore, are, as I said, the body runs off them. They're the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of all of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling molecules. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making these molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. Without these redox signaling molecules, life ends. So, good question is, if our bodies already make these molecules, then what's the importance of the ASEA Redox products? Why do we need to put more of these molecules in our body? Well, when we're born, we make an abundance of these redox signaling molecules. That is generally why children have so much energy. Notice that, how they can run around all day, not wake up sore the next one, and how they bounce back so very quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make these redox signaling molecules also breaks down. And so without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing processes become slow and sluggish. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality, right? So ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. And ASEA allows these outside and independently very reputable reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of their ASEA technology and certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. Now, ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science because redox signaling molecules is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the very first discovery of a redox signaling molecule, there have now since been multiple redox signaling molecules discovered with multiple Nobel Prizes being awarded for research in this field. By the way, just as a side note, ASEA Redox contains every single, excuse me, redox signaling molecule that is in existence. Excuse me, let me just take a sip of water. Excuse me. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. If you were on top of this, there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. This slide's already out of date, by the way, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. According to medical researchers, as well as reported in mainstream media like the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And there are now multiple universities on top of this who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one of these professors, a doctor at Harvard Medical School who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And as for ASEA around all of this, we're already light years ahead of anything else or anyone else out there. ASEA redox users right now are enjoying cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its absolute most foundational level. Here's just one example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways. In other words, affect your genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and not only play a vital role not just in these 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. This is important now. Listen to this. The head professor of this university study has said that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. That's significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Well, remember, because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you, your body already makes them, your body runs off them. It's just the problem now is that your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. So as Kaleen said, if you have health challenges or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live and feel young once again, if you have the very good sense of protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell at the same time, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, whether it be athletically or just in your everyday life, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But if you don't want to, you don't need to take my word for it, because I'm going to show you some medical doctors right now so you can watch and listen into what they have to say. So here they are.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28 Redox Gel and the Intensive Redox Serum. And these Redox technologies are further supported and enhanced by their complementary and all natural ingredients products, the Gentle Refining Cleanser and the Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what the ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these pictures showing these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. You'll see lines and wrinkles are smoothed out, elasticity coming back to the skin blemishes, spots, dots and marks, and inflammations behind the ear, irritations, aggravations, all sorts of other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. And for young people too, being rejuvenated and improving the quality of life. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions, coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie, and the dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she didn't actually take those pictures to see. And by the way, Rosie actually believed that the products weren't even working. Rosie went along to see her doctor, by the way, that's who took these pictures and also who told Rosie about ASEA. And when Rosie told the doctor that, hey, these products don't seem to be doing anything, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, and then she could see, and I guess the rest of the story is told here, right? Now, everybody says they want to see how ASEA goes. That's fair enough. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures because that's how you see how it goes. So please take pictures. For anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Some people notice results in a very reasonable amount of time, 7 weeks in Rosie's case. Others can have far less time, 7 days. A lot of people can have a physical experience in around about 7 minutes, but some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. Now, what we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. In you, me, animals, and plants, they are all the same as they are in bottles of ASEA Redox products. And so common sense prevails, but on top of that, studies show that ASEA Redox products have nothing but native to your body redox signaling molecules in them. And they also, therefore, common sense prevails, and also studies prove an immediate positive effect. Look, these redox signaling molecules work in you right now. And what we're putting in your body is more redox signaling molecules that will work in you right now. Proven through studies to work in every single person, every single time. It's going to be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what is going to differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face using Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. I'm fairly confident that you can probably spot the difference there, right? Renew 28 is not just for the face. However, you can put it on your arms, your hands, your bellies. You can put it on your bums and thighs and all over. These pictures are in fact from a world-leading laboratory which conducted a study because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that this cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any truth to these stories. They found after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite from using Renew 28. So when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this is happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat causing cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of ASEA's Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite. Renew 28 also helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure and the like. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you may know about that in about 10 minutes. If you have something around your body that is hurting you, it's causing you discomfort, give it a soreness score, a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being maximum discomfort, soreness, hurting. Apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times inside of 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of that discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Before I carry on, I would like you to be able to hear from an exceptional gentleman with an exceptional story. So I'm going to hand that back to Kaleen so she can give him a proper and kind introduction.
Fantastic, Stevie. Thank you. So as we said tonight, we really consider this health breakthrough a true gift, and the people that share it with us, we thank them for the rest of our lives. And Danny, who is your next speaker, who's jumping on now, was a stranger 4 years ago who traveled all the way from Australia to Florida and took time to share this with myself and my husband. And it has forever changed our family. And he's become a good friend and mentor. And his story is phenomenal on how this breakthrough helps him every day on a personal level, but also how it allows it to help him help others. So Dan, thanks for joining us. You're muted. Dan, you're on mute. We can't hear you. Okay, he's probably getting.
Sorry, my screen's just gone all blank. I've got a Zoom technical challenge, but all I have to do is just keep the screen smaller so I can see what I'm actually presenting. Thanks for that, Kaleen. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you, everybody, for coming onto this call. Please bear with me. You're not going to be able to see full screen photos, but at least going to be able to see something and see the impact of what this incredible breakthrough has done for me personally. So let me share this. And as I said, I'm not going to blow it right up because for some reason my screen is going totally blank. Alrighty, here we go. Can you see that, Kaleen? At least let's start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to have to keep it like this. Thanks for attending the call. Another incredible call coming up at the top of the next hour. So hopefully if you are involved in helping people with this incredible breakthrough, you're not going to want to miss the next call. My name is Dan Doyle. As Kaleen said, Suzanne and I are based here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and we are from Australia. And I'm going to go into my story. You're going to understand why I'm so passionate about this incredible breakthrough. I'm going to fly through this because Kaleen's got a little bit to go through, and Stevie's got to finish the rest of the presentation as well. So growing up in Sydney, Australia, I was the guy who didn't like school, distracted myself from school by playing many sports like rugby, judo, gymnastics, aerobics, and this thing called bodybuilding. And this is me at the age of 24. And it was the start of me being a young entrepreneur, building and selling traditional businesses from many, many different industries. And over 2 decades, I employed about 3,500 people and was quite successful in what I did. And if you fast forward literally 20 years from the age 24 to 44 on my little journey here through traditional business, you can see that, yeah, I was aging, getting older, but still used to look after myself at the age of 44. And the reason I'm showing you these photos is because I wanted to show you how I literally looked after myself and did the right thing by my body. But, you know, sometimes that's not going to cut the mustard and, you know, and be the be all and end all, depending on, you know, what's happening with your environment. And that's what happened to me. Unfortunately, there was something that I did in my life. I used a horrendous weed killer, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden an issue came to the surface, which was 6 months after this photo, when the doctors told me they gave me some very bad news, and they told me that I didn't have one, but I had 2 major health challenges. Now, this is me in 2011, where I've got no hair from the top of my head to my toes. You can obviously, you understand what I was going through back then, where I was going through 2.5 years of hospital visits. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manners, standing next to me. Johnny played the highest levels of rugby in Australia, incredible athlete. And he'd been through all those hospital visits that I'd started here. He was in remission at this time. He went back into hospital. He started going through all these horrendous things they were putting him through again, lost a lot of weight, lost all his hair. Unfortunately for Johnny, he didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23. At the end of what I went through in that hospital for 2.5 years, I was told literally to get my affairs in order. And at that point, I made a decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. I did some research. My research led to an alkaline diet. I also spent a lot of money through great companies around the world, providing great nutritional supplements and super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water, and these things. Now, doing the right thing by my body, you would think my health would have been heading in the right direction, but I can tell you that that was not the case. This is a photo of me looking after myself for 2 years. You can see I wasn't looking great whatsoever. Blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health at this point. This is now 2014. A friend of mine reached out, and all he said was, I think I found something that can help. So I flew from Sydney to Salt Lake City, Utah. I started drinking these amazing little molecules, and long story short, in 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach problem or caffeine intolerance had seemed to have gone away. Any more than 2 coffees, buckled over in discomfort and bloating the whole day. From the next day, I could literally drink as much coffee as I wanted without any issues whatsoever. But the light bulb went on day 2 to day 3, where because I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital through that 2.5 years, where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, the next day, my lungs were functioning perfect. So I went back to Australia. I kept drinking these amazing little molecules. Long story short again, 1 year later, into 2015, this is the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major challenges. But not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports that were turning into that crippling issue as I was getting older had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. Basically, my whole body was rebuilt top to bottom in 2015. That was my journey back to health. If you fast forward another 2 years, this is 3 years on the product. And I always like to go back to 2014 when I didn't have my health, and it was a week away from starting on redox signaling molecules. And what you're seeing on the outside here is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. And same with 2015, 1 year on the product, looking a lot better, feeling a lot better. What you're seeing on the outside, a reflection of what was happening on the inside at that time. And 2017, 3 years on the product, my complexion, a reflection of what was happening on the inside at that time. So that was a little bit about my journey from no health back to health. Things evolved along the way for me, and I started sharing this with other people. And it was really the incredible business model behind ASEA that really saved my life because it gave me the ability to help people that generated thank you checks that I invested into more product, enabling me to saturate my body to get it to more damage, to tell my body where the problem was. Before we go into that side, I'm going to hand back to Kaleen to go through a little bit more about the products, and for anybody there, on the call who is looking for this product for any health goals, she's going to let you know how to get access to these products and how they can get to you without you having knowing that you're getting them from the right source. Thanks, Kaleen.
Thank you, Danny. It's always amazing to hear your story. So again, as we mentioned at the beginning, there's various reasons why you might look at these products specifically for yourself or for loved ones. And so at this point, we're going to transition and talk about how you can also share this with others to get your product paid for, or to potentially create another income stream for yourself. So if you joined tonight because you wanted to learn about the product more from a health viewpoint, we're really glad that you joined us and invite you to take a moment as well to put your questions in the chat box. If you'd like to stay on and learn more as well about the income producing activity, please do. And we did mention that we have an additional speaker at the top of the hour that as a guest, you're welcome to be a part of as well. If you would like to get started on the product, definitely get back to the person that invited you. Have them go over a product plan with you based on the goals that you have with the products, now that you're familiar with this incredible technology and how it can restore the body's ability to heal itself. And the best account for sure for a customer is what we call the preferred customer account, where you can get wholesale pricing. At the end of, I'm going to bring Stevie back in, and at the end of his presentation, I'll go over all the different ways you can order the product. And so again, feel free to stay tuned, but if you need to jump off, we understand as well. And with that, Stevie, jump back in again. And at this point, again, we're going to go over how this company was created, why, and how it's changing lives from the business perspective.
Thanks, Kaleen. Thanks, Dan. I'm going to make this as quick as possible so we've got plenty of time to hear from you, Kaleen, and hopefully maybe even Dan a little bit at the end, because he's an exceptional gentleman. All right, folks, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough, really is. And so that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. And so again, as for the ASEA Redox technologies, they are the world's first and only redox signaling technologies for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one else other than the medical scientists who've worked with ASEA have been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before ASEA's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible, and it is independently certified that we do have redox signaling molecules and nothing but that in our products. And that's assessed by Bioagilitics, who is a very enormous scientific organization who assesses and certifies most of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world, making sure that what is in products is what the companies are claiming are in products. And so Bioagilitics does that with ASEA too. Now, also number 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied because of the patents, ASEA can't be copied anyway regardless, because there's no way to be able to look into a bottle of ASEA and have someone figure out how to reverse engineer it, because there are no secrets in the bottle. Because there are trade secrets in the actual making of ASEA, not in the bottle. And so it really can't be copied anyway. And that means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And I mean no one. No other products in the world has redox signaling molecules in them. And therefore, no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because ASEA is redox signaling molecules. And because redox works in everybody, because everybody runs off on redox, because everybody needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well, or it's all in fact without redox, right? I don't care what it is, no juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, whatever it might be, however good it might be, it can only work in the body as well as there are enough redox signaling molecules to allow it to work. And because redox molecules can't hurt anybody, and because no other products can make these claims, none, It means that ASEA holds massive opportunities over and above and across all else out there, across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. This is one breakthrough that is a complete game changer for 3 multi-trillion-dollar industries. ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Now, we can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. Here's how that works. Very simply, we personally share ASEA Redox with others. Along the way, we find and attract to us people who want to do the same. And so together we grow and expand a global network of others sharing Redox with others. Now, this puts you in business for yourself. You can be your own boss, but you're never in business by yourself because, again, together we are better. And so together we work to improve the productivity of the networks we've built locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. You can really build a business as big as or as small as you want to. There is a commission level to meet whatever it is your ambition level, right? ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by spreading the word, just by getting Redox out there to others. So if you're looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or legacy-leaving income for loved ones, for people who have dreams and want a better life, income, lifestyle, you'll be able to find it here in ASEA to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. ASEA is going to help you create income that is both residual and leveraged. And this works by you being paid a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. Now, on top, you're also paid a leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person that your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go. Now, because you can refer as many people as you like, and they can refer as many people as they like, and so on and so on and so on, and you're paid for all of it, it makes the residual and leveraged income potential to you unlimited. Now, we do this type of marketing all the time. It's natural for us to do it. Think about it. We recommend good movies, TV series, restaurants, cafes, books. It's natural. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth marketing is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful, effective, trusted, and listened to form of marketing in the entire world. Nothing has ever beat it. Probably nothing ever will. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries. They've opened up new markets every year up until now. Based on the existing trends, our annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million in the next, less than 5 years by the year 2025. Now, residual income, it's very impressive. Being paid for the work you've done once, again and again and again. Getting paid again and again and again. Being able to be paid on your days off, on your holidays, being able to get paid while you sleep, being able to be paid from different time zones around the world. It's impressive, but more so it's important because you have residual bills. And so this is why I learned very quickly it's important to have residual income to keep up. Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. However, 7 must still work to survive at 65. Now, they're not working because they want to. That's different. These people are working because they still have to. They're a slave to the dollar. But worse still, very scary, is that 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. And so something's obviously going wrong. Yes, there's a health pandemic out there, but I think there's also a financial failing plan pandemic going on out there as well. Think about it. What could be one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to figure out that me and the other 81% weren't figuring out? And I believe it's this. At least one. How do you make money that's going to be no longer dependent on your paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, otherwise known as active income? That means you have to be actively doing something yourself to be able to be paid that income. Now, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. What does that mean? That means you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And this was very concerning for me at the time when I was learning this because my active income wasn't enough as it was. It was almost non-existent. Now, this is one of the biggest problems that 81% of people get trapped in. It's a big problem. Money is an excellent servant, but it's a terrible master. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. right? If you do love your job, if you truly love your job, be honest with yourself, then keep it. Sure, makes sense. But still, you're going to want to find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, their future, and their freedom. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have, or maybe they're not happy with how they have to make their money. If you have dreams and desires and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity to be able to afford you that by paying you a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of this global expansion, and allow you to work towards bringing your dreams to reality. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives, and that's what you get to do with ASEA. Now, you can make really great money here. I'm not going to steer away from that. It's for sure you can make great money here. You can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to very 5-star luxury locations. This happens all around the world, and you'll have a really great time meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, and a great lifestyle. But at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA, the effect we have on others. Because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, good defendable science, proving that ASEA was real, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to their ASEA Redox technology. But those big drug companies also wanted ASEA to shut down and take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see really grave concerns in such a deal, because Virtus and Tyler saw people who came from very grave health concerns that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then these people being able to experience life-changing power with Redox. When Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out to the big drug companies. And so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. Yet, look, for Virtus and Tyler, it had once started out as just a very big business play. But after seeing the power that this was having in people's lives, it became more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from the big pharmaceutical companies and decided to go the supplement route instead of going the drug route, so that they could speed up the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone around the world without a prescription. Now, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is always demonstrated in all the decisions they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders corporate team, exceptionally experienced people. They come from enormous backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds, running very profitable and global businesses, but putting people before profits and having an impact, making a difference, bettering people's lives is what it's all about here. And so you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Got any questions? Ask them. They'll show you plenty of evidence out there to answer those questions. University studies, hundreds of thousands of people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. But more important than a third-party study is a first-party study. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, stronger, longer, if more than that, you want to help other people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to make more of a difference in the world, look, become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. And if you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you'll better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways too. So thank you very much for spending your time with me. May you always be happy and well. Thank you ever so much, Kaleen. I'll hand it back to you.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to quickly share my screen, folks. We're at the tail end of this. We've gone over a lot of phenomenal content today. So, if you feel like you missed some of it and you want to repeat, join us next week. We're going to be here at the same time. And I'm just going to bring it home with a few visuals. And some of these slides we've really gone over already. So if I skip them, it's because that's been part of our presentation. This just again shows you our entire product line very quickly. We're in the realm of cellular health. And this next slide just, breaks it down. Obviously, we focused predominantly on our redox cell signaling molecules tonight. So you can see, You can supplement them from the inside with the drink, from the outside with the topical gel, and then we also have phenomenal nutrition. Just some point of orientation for getting started on the drink in particular. You can see from this graph, and this is based over a decade of consumer knowledge, that when you try this, you don't want to just try a bottle, you don't want to just try it for a month. You really want to work with the person that invited you and do a good 3-month trial on the right product plan for you, because you can see at 1 week or even 1 month, you've got a lower reality of you perceiving the changes that are happening inside the body. It takes a little while for that communication to go back through all the cell systems and then come back to you externally to feel a difference. So give us at least 3 months. You have a much higher reality that you'll be able to really measure the results, okay? This again just shows you the visuals of our topicals. We didn't touch on the nutrition tonight. You can go back to the person that invited you and learn about them. They're incredible, particularly because they have an absorption complex built into each of the formulas, so that no matter what your digestion or gut health is, you're guaranteed to be able to absorb these formulas. And that's really key these days. It's not what you take necessarily, but can you absorb it? So feel free to learn about those too if you're curious about our nutritionals. And this is just, again, some quick orientation. In the world of online shopping, you might sometimes see our products on other websites like Amazon or eBay, and we want to encourage you to not buy them from there, but to go back to the person that invited you, because those are not direct lines that work with our company. And so when you're getting it directly from an ASEA distributor, you know that it's pure, you know you're not going to get expired product, you know that it's safe, you're getting all the product education support that we provide to you as distributors, as well as our incredible customer service. And you get free product points that help you save more money on the product that you wouldn't necessarily get from a third-party website. So definitely stick with the person that invited you. These are just fun visuals reminding you that wherever you're at tonight, you can be a consumer, and you can also help share it with others. And these boxes here just give you a quick visual on the different kinds of accounts. So we recommend that you get a wholesale account so you save more money on the product, 25% off our full price. You can see as a customer, you can sign up and there's no joining fee. If you feel like you'd like to share this with others, we definitely recommend the associate account. It has a one-time fee of $40 US or the equivalent of your country's currency. And then once a year you pay a 25 renewal fee, $25 US, or again, equivalent of your country's currency renewal fee. And with this particular account, not only do you get the joy of sharing it with others and helping them, you can get paid for that, and you can take advantage of first-time enrollment packages. And this is our last visual to show you, just to give you an idea. Take a little bit of time to really look at these first-time enrollment packages with the associate account, because you can see there's really great free product that you can get, as well as the free product points, which set you up for long-term savings for you personally as a consumer. And so if you buy in bulk, as you buy in bulk, you can see you've got an example of first-time enrollments as choice 1, choice 2, and choice 3. Choice 3 being what we call the entrepreneur packs. There, your $40 US fee is waived. You're getting 25 sample tubes of the gel. You're getting a little bit of that with each pack. It just increases as you buy more. And you're also getting the equivalent of a case and a half of free product points that you can redeem within a few months on your account. So incredible savings. So again, take time to just really look through that and choose the order that's right for you. The product is shelf stable for almost 2 years. And so buying it in bulk is a great idea to just set up saving money as you invest in your health, okay? And I'm just going to end very quickly with a quote from our founder, Vertus Norton. He says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." And I always end with that quote from our founder, because it really does show you that we are an incredible company that puts people over profits, and we're out there to make a difference in the world. And we're really happy that you're with us tonight. So we're officially ending this part of our webinar, and we're inviting you to join us for the next 30 minutes. We have a phenomenal speaker that our host, Cindy Buck, is going to tell you all about. So Cindy, over to you.